Hello, welcome to the Daily Political Tarot Readings here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you so much. Hello from Chicago. I hope your day's going really well, or your evening, or night, wherever you are. I am here 365 days of the year to take your political questions. I have most of my questions for today, but I just need to grab just a couple more. So we will get this show on the road here, and as I will say as I'm grabbing things, thank you for being here, first of all. And 10% of all income that comes to the channel goes to feedingamerica.org, which supplies food to food banks across the country. That's an ongoing thing. And we have epic troll slayers who keep us safe. Thank you. We're just reading on the collective energy here. That's just what I do. And nothing here is in stone. It is my spiritual belief about that there is a collective energy, that our souls are all pieces of the divine, and that we are all connected, and that we are eternal. We are, and that there is a collective energy that each of us can just reach out to. And it's surprising how much information I believe is in that collective energy, but my interpretation and what I'm picking up is there's no guarantee. No, this is not 100% for anybody who does this. And anybody who tells you differently, oh yeah, I'm always right. No. And yeah, that's why I don't usually tout like, oh, I got called this. Oh, I called that. Well, because there are a lot of things I've called that didn't happen to, and I'd have to, so anyway, just letting you know. Oh, thank you guys. I'm glad you like this. I was so happy. It was like, oh my gosh, I could wear the neon green nails. Very pleased. Very pleased. Yes, oh, the cuteness. Oh, the cuteness. So, okay. Right over here, I had grabbed, hang on one second. All right. I want to make sure I have the questions here and handy. I've started looking at some of the astrology. Organizing it all is going to take some time is the problem, but I really want to know when certain people's luck is going to run out. I mean, there's already a sense that Trumpy's energy, Trump's good luck is going to run out mid-November to late November, and then certainly come January. But I'd like to know when some of these other people, when the energy is going to turn against them. We may not be able to get rid of them, but it would help. I want to make sure, where did I leave off? Okay, I left off at Biden, but there were some great questions. Okay, Nuclear Magenta, what's the outcome of the Virginia gubernatorial election? I've read on it several times, but I want to say Gates, Banks, who we're covering today. There's some Bannon, there's Surgeon General in Florida, Civil Rights Bill, Marjorie Taylor Greene, there's Brazil, there's Biden. So we'll look again. We'll just have a few cards on Virginia. And, oh, M is saying greetings all, watching from Melbourne. Hello, Melbourne. Goodness, it's the middle of the night, isn't it? Okay, and then I'll grab this question from Linda and one from Atha. And I'm so worried I'm misspelling or mispronouncing your name, but it is not any disrespect. I promise you that. Okay, and space for one more. Okay. Cat Shepherd, will baby food producers face jail for poisoning generations with arsenic, lead, and mercury? It's actually a pretty broad question. The energy I'm getting is diffuse. But we'll see. We'll see what I can do here. All right, just having a quick last look for grabbing questions. If you're watching this on replay, hello, I should have said this up front. You can go down in the description box. All the questions are there, and I timestamp them as I go. So, okay. Elector says, hello all, and Miss Green Nails. Thank you. Kathy Anderson has popcorn waiting. Nice. Kay Nelson saying the thumbs up button. Hit it, baby, one more time. You guys are awesome. Okay, well, I've got 11 questions, and that's plenty. I'm sure other stuff will come up because it always does. And I did... which Dominion? Nuclear Magenta asking about the Dominion lawsuit prognosis. Which one? There are Dominions going after so many different people. I've been doing this morning, last night and this morning. Oh my gosh, the pile of things I need to shred. I've got this box under the desk. This pile got so big, it like filled up the whole area under the desk in a pile, and then there was a chunk there next to it. I couldn't even get to my trash can in this box anymore. And it was like, okay, we're going shredding. And I was talking to my friend Sarah, and she was saying, oh my gosh, I need to do shredding too. So it's like, woohoo, shredding party. Ain't no party like a shredding party, because a shredding party goes bzzz. Anyway, that's been my day so far. All right, let me get the cards out, and we will start with Matt Gaetz has been suspended by the Florida bar for not paying his dues. Is that all there is to it? Is it just he was like, I'm not really using my law degree or law license right now anyway? Or, yeah, I'm getting a feeling there might be something more to this. And I have a feeling, I feel like I need to use regular cards today. I'd like to use the Halloween cards, but it feels like I should be using good old faithful today. So we're using good old faithful. Okay. Debra says, just got here. The news blows already. Yippee. Well, that's why we're here together. We face it. We face it together. Okay, so starting at 8 minutes. Does anybody know, just random as I'm setting this up right now, does anybody know if something happened to Redbubble? Because I was looking for other places to potentially get merchandise that I can put my graphics on. And Redbubble was the first place I went after Zazzle. And I looked yesterday, and I went to the site, and the site wasn't up. The last blog posts were in 2020. Their Twitter feed literally had like one small tweet the middle of this month, but nothing since May. So if anybody's heard anything about Redbubble, please let me know, because I have no idea what's going on there. And I sent Johnny an email this morning. He was asking myself and other readers he's come up with like 5 or 6 topics to have just readers come in, and we're not going to be reading on cards, but just discussing these various topics. And he was saying, what would be your favorite, or more than one favorite. And I chose about 3 of them if I'd be welcome to go to 3 of his talks, his discussions. But we'll see what, because I know that one of them was tarot and divination. One was toxic people. And I think one was, it wasn't the free will one, it was the other one. Can't remember off the top of my head. But anyway, so I've been talking to Johnny, and I reminded him about November 6th. Hopefully he'll be able to come, but I need to send an email out to other readers for that as well, because in Cheryl, I love that. Wowza, check out those nails. They match. And the lipstick matches the pink here. So I think they look like those little erasers, like Mr. Pumpkin. Longtime viewers, you remember Mr. Pumpkin. Hello, Mr. Pumpkin. Oh, he's playing. Yes, there lots of people, lots of more people out there than last time you were on. Yes, it's very exciting. Okay, all right. Well, thank you, Mr. Pumpkin. All right. Anyway, yeah, on November 6th, which is 2 weeks from tomorrow, I turn 50. So, yeah. All right, did not want to shuffle at all. Okay. Do the nails glow in the dark? They don't. They don't, I'm afraid. But they glow in the day. Don says Autumn is tiptoeing the crazy edge today. I do that every day. It's puppet shows and crazy nails, and that's how we do. That's the channel. So happy early birthday. Thank you. I appreciate that. So the theme is going to be, it'll be at the regular time. And the theme is going to be 50 years in the future. So 2071. Which reminds me, I want to look at the astrology between now and 2071 to see kind of what big issues, outer planet aspects. Because I've heard some people say that we're actually going through the worst part of the century right now. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. But I've heard other people say, oh, nay, in the 2030s, there's some outer planet things that could get really ugly. So I want to look. All right. So on the November 6th live stream, I want to have that done by then. Okay, I've made a note. Diana says, we would like to give you infrastructure, reconciliation, voting rights, and 45 indictments for your 50th birthday and peace on earth. I'll take it. Thanks, Diana. Yes, thank you. That's awesome. Kashmir says 2036. Oh, yeah. That's yeah, that could get kind of ugly. Yeah, that's what I hear. Anyway. Greg says, congrats on the upcoming birthday. It sounds substantial, but it's actually incremental. I understand. All right. Thank you. Thank you, guys. All right. I better do the thing you're actually here for. Okay. 1430. Okay, let's go down in the muck. Put on your waders. We're reading on Matt Gaetz. And down we go to the muck. Amuck. Oh, yeah. The Truth Social. I thought they were using open source. I heard that they were using open source software. It wasn't some big new thing, but it turns out it might have been stolen. I know it was hacked. It was hacked out the wazoo, but okay. Diana says 50 years young. 50's the new 40. Well, I'm pretty open about things in general. It's like I'm 50 years old. I'm 49 years old. I turn 50 in 2 weeks. I currently weigh 140 pounds. I'd like to lose 10. I'd get better circulation in my legs. I'm really pretty just open about things. And part of the reason I think is also, one, because I don't want to lie. It's just exhausting. Lying's just exhausting, or trying to hide everything. No. But I keep some sense of privacy, but on the whole, yeah. But also I hope to find a good man someday who I'm meant to be with, and I don't want anybody to be under any illusions about who I am. And I'm fortunate. Some people think I'm younger than I am, which is awfully nice of them. But no, I am what I am. I am what I am. So you have to take me as I am. I can't change my age. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Kathleen, amok, 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 in a sing-song hocus pocus voice. Deborah says, who could keep up with the lying? I couldn't. Oh, yeah. Google Peace. Happy birthday, Sister Scorpio. Thank you. Diana says, I have been the wait on my driver's license for about a week in the 30 years I've had it. Oh, boy. You exfoliate really well. If only you spoke. It only gets better and better. Well, we'll see. I imagine. I know there are good days ahead. And there are good days ahead for you. There are good days ahead for you. Don't forget that. Thank you. All right. I can avoid it no longer. The bog of eternal Gates stench. All right, you big jerk. Bob's Burger big boy plastic statue. Gates. Toxic to the environment, any environment he's in. Big plastic thing that he is. Phoenix in the making. I like that, Michael. His law license has been revoked because he didn't pay his dues. The Florida bar. Is it just, I figured I didn't need it anymore? Or is this they're going to take it away from me anyway? I may as well just avoid that now. Does anybody else see Gates just getting a little bit more aggressive than normal? A little bit more. He's always been aggressive and obnoxious, but it's just a little bit extra. Just a little. It's like, ooh, is that panic I smell? Yeah. As I've said before, I have a wonderfully quiet life. Part of the reason I lay down to sleep at night and rest very well is because there are two things I do not have in my life that Matt Gates apparently did or does. I lay down to sleep at night knowing I will get up and I will be doing this wonderful thing. Matt Gates doesn't sleep well at night because his life has involved hookers and blow. Those are not good words. Those are not words that lead to a good life. Just saying. It's desperation, yeah. Is it Havidos or Havidos? I can't remember. I'm sorry. It's been so long since I saw that movie. Okay. Oh, yeah. Aggressive, far right. Going to go up to there and I'm going to rail against them trying to speak to Steve Bannon. Really? Okay. That's the hill you guys want to die on. Would you like a blanket? Would you like to take a picnic with you? On the stupid hills you guys are willing to die on. Ace of Cups. Eight of Wands. Seven of Wands. Four of Pentacles. Five of Cups. Oh no, we've still got a little bit of time to wait here. This is all the things the Democrats are doing. Throw everything you can back at them. But Gates feels really on the defensive, really defensive. And he's really it's like, just tell me how much the fine is and I'll pay it. He really thinks he's going to get off with just, if anything, it'll be like a little fine or something, even a big fine, whatever, pay it, move on. And he's biding his time trying to kick down Democratic accomplishments. It feels like a really, really young kid who's really frustrated and just starts knocking things over. That's what he's doing. So the law license thing isn't even coming up here. He's angry. He's scared. His ability to process emotions is almost as stunted as Sniffy's. Big Sniffy's. Big Sniffy with the little hands. Yes, nice. But I'll tell you, the energy. Yeah, the energy around Gates is awful. He's got a big lesson. See, I am not one of those. I'm in the minority, but I am not one of those people who thinks that we're here to learn things. I mean, I think learning is a byproduct of what we're here to do. I think we have work orders. And obviously, if you're a plumber and you go somewhere, you've got a work order and you go there are things you're going to learn. And you should. But yeah, and I don't think people are in terrible physical pain or illness or what have you because of karma or because of it's something they need to learn. No, I think it's hard being in the physical world, and these vessels can't always stand up to the pressures of being on the earth plane as well as we'd like. But it feels like he's got a big lesson coming. It's like the universe was, how to put this? Have you ever seen a kitten attacking an older cat? And the older cat puts up with it and puts up with it until finally the older cat just stops and just reaches out and puts its paw on the kitten's head. It's just, and the kitten's trying to get around to do, and it's just like, that's what it feels like the universe is doing to Gates. So, Polly Wanda, hey, someone loves Halloween. I wonder who. I can't imagine. Don saying, Polly Wanda, Polly Wanda, Polly Wanda, Polly, 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 hey, hi, all's forgiven, come back to us. I love you guys. Katie reached her carb level for today at 12:36 here in Chicago. Yeah, I've probably reached mine too, but won't stop me. Gates. AG double hockey sticks. Hierophant. Yes, you're still a part of the. You're still part of the government, and it looks like a shell. It feels like a shell game. He's trying to hide what he's done, what he hasn't done, who he's told. Duck and dodge. Page of Cups. Well, they haven't come for him yet. King of Cups. He still thinks it's going to be a fine. They're coming after me. It's political. We'll take care of it. It'll be fine. Nothing really bad happens to, even in prostitution cases. Nothing happens to the Johns. It's the women who end up with criminal records, because of course they do. Is that really what's going to happen? He's just going to get Matt Gaetz is really just going to get, he's going to get a fine. And then, yeah, everything's going to be fine for Matt Gaetz. Because that's what he is convinced of, even despite the panic you can hear in his voice. Oh, that's a going up the river card. There's Trump obnoxiousness. Okay. That is Trump obnoxiousness, but that's also Gaetz, and the wand is symbolic, and these are very young people. And there are a lot of wands there. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be just a fine. Okay. Michael Grant, 3rd-degree felony. Maddie should know that. He went to law school. Exactly. All right, at 28. Oh, another wondrous human being. Because that's what we read on here, because we're news junkies. We're new age news junkies, so here we are. What is GOP Representative Jim Banks trying to accomplish with his shadow probe into the January 6th Commission? GOP Representative Jim Banks was booted off the January 6th panel. Remember, Banks was one of the people who Pelosi said, "Oh, nay, you're not being on this committee." He's been going to everywhere that the committee goes to get information. Banks has been going afterward and saying, "I want the same thing you just gave to them." So he knows what the committee's getting. So, can he do this? I mean, he can't subpoena records. But maybe, since a lot of them are coming from people on his side of the aisle, maybe they willingly give them up, or Freedom of Information Act, or the congressman. So Page of Swords, bully. Yeah, bully your way through it. Justice card. Hierophant, that's the committee. That's January 6th committee. And notice it's Major Arcana. And that is he and the other people on the far right following behind. It's the last card. It's Puppet Day. This is the committee. They're going along. And this is him going behind, trying to find information. So, is it going to help them? Gonna do you any good, Spiff? Jolie says, all I heard when I first popped in was obnoxious. I knew you were talking about Sniffy. So, banks, it's going to help your cause. It's going to help you. Doing the shadow probe. Star. This is in the lights. This is like the stars up there. It's like flashbulbs going off when people are sitting at the public hearings, January 6th at the committee, the hearings. And all these photographers down on the floor start taking all the pictures. It's so they're caught less off guard. High Priestess, secrets. What secrets do they have or not? There's the Tower card and the Queen of Cups. Yeah, good luck. It's not going to help you. And this might be a cup card, and we know that, look, Liz Cheney is our friend right now. Enemy of our enemies, our friend, but we have very little in common with her beliefs. We believe in the country. We believe in democracy, that kind of thing. But we're not pretending she's something she's not. And do not be surprised when she immediately turns around and starts pushing for legislative things that we're just like, are you kidding me? But this is the mantle of the whole committee, and her energy's right there because it's harder to dismiss her as it's a political witch hunt. They'll still try, but it's harder. And this is tough. These are tough cookies, male and female, who are not going to put up with stuff. So, yeah, they're just gathering what information they can, but it's not going to help them. So that's what I'm getting on banks. 3230. Tuxedo Cat had a question. Will the DOJ make a decision to prosecute Bannon for contempt, the contempt referral by the end of October? So 8 days, 9 days, 7, 8, 9 days. DDN says she's on the right side of this issue, at least. True. Terry, the nails don't glow in the dark, I'm afraid, but they glow during the day. That's what I said earlier. Okay. I better make this 33. Okay, DOJ. Is it acting AG for Washington, D.C.? I forget. I forget what the person's actual title is. But will the DOJ make the decision to indict Bannon by the end of the month? Decide to prosecute Bannon for contempt by the end of this month, October. Wow, the energy is big. It's heady. We know he loves it. He wants the attention. And he already pretty much looks like he's in prison. So he'd get so much attention. And make so much money, which is his goal. But, all right, DOJ, are you going to will you indict Bannon by the end of the month? October 2021. Indicting Bannon. Magician. Well, somebody's standing up. That would be good. Okay. Ace of Wands. 8 of Swords. World. 7 of Wands. 5 of Pentacles. He was being defiant. him being hemmed in, his world changing, him being on the defensive, him being out in the cold. Well, right now he's being praised as standing up to the libs, that garbage. Ignoring that the country was attacked. Small little details. Kathy Anderson. Oh, did you watch Dune? I've heard it's amazing. But it is only the first half. So if anybody else is watching it, going into it, just let you know. Gary, thank you for the headline. And if I sound frustrated, it's not at you. Thank you for the news. Breaking news, NBC. Supreme Court just deferred the Texas abortion case. The Texas abortion case is still in effect until their decision. It's going to be a while. I need to do an astrological deep dive on the Supreme Court to see when their energy is going to change. Yeah. Okay. I'm with you, Kathy Anderson. The swearing emojis, just a big long line of them. Yeah. Okay. Dave says, I don't trust the Supreme Court. I don't right now either. We shouldn't. Michael Grant says that Baron Harkonnen was a Republican. I think you're right. I think you're right. I think Baron Harkonnen was a Republican. Okay, part 2 at 38. Prosecuting Bannon. DOJ prosecuting Bannon. And by the way, if you're going to start blaming people for the Supreme Court, do not forget McConnell. The justices themselves are bad. The people who were supposed to do background checks and bring out the truth about these people, that was awful. Yeah. Okay. But DOJ and Bannon. Breathe. Okay. G.F. Dave was suggesting that Vlad the Impaler was the first Republican. Yep. Bannon. Queen of Wands. Because if they don't go after him full bore, loaded for bear, as 'twere, it's just going to snowball. 10 of Swords, the Sun, Ace of Pentacles. This is Republicans starting to really cooperate. And this is staying in the forefront of people's minds. I'm hoping this is what happens to Bannon. It makes sense because this is Republicans. It feels like Republicans suddenly being like, oh, yeah, where's that paper? We're here. Yeah. What else did you want? Here, take it. Let's hope. That's what I've been getting. I've been getting that They make an example out of Bannon. What do you think, Kitten? Ooh, Asa, I love that. Doing a yoga. Nice. Thank you. Santa's here. Hello, Santa. Yeah, they're gonna make an example out of him. What did he know? He's trying to cut things down, but he's very small. He's a symbol, and he doesn't realize that either. He doesn't really see the symbol of what's going to happen to the others. So that's what I get on that. Okay. At 40, we're nearing 42. Electra Storm had a question. 42. Okay. Is it a new Surgeon General of Florida, Dr. Joseph Lapedo? Is this person? Let me have a quick look. Is this person already in there, or is it Texas who just either Texas or Florida just appointed somebody horrible about something horrible? And I know that's so vague, but it's the reality. Something heinous. Somebody was it was either Texas or Florida. Someone heinous and completely wildly inappropriate for the job that they're being given was just given that job. Oh yeah, Governor Ron DeSantis announces Dr. Joseph Lapedo as Florida Surgeon General. And he opposes mandates. Yeah. Okay. He says vaccinations are a choice. Yeah. Okay. So it's him. He is the last person who should be in that job, and yet, welcome to 2021. So, Lapedo, Dr. Lapedo. Dr. Lapedo. All of the muscles up between my spine and my shoulder blade, and then up to my neck, all of those muscles just tighten like stone. It's like, oh, lovely. So a lovely, open-minded, flexible person who looks at the facts, who has not let their PhD go to their head at all. So that they think they know more than everybody else. And they're wrong. Holly and Friend says it's worse. He says the vaccines are bad and masks are ineffective. And Susan, yes, he is one of Trump's former consultants. So Dr. Lapedo, wow. Could you possibly be more the wrong person for the job? Oh, Florida. Florida. You know, you've got your time in the sun. And it's not going to last forever because the polar ice caps are melting, especially in the South Pole. And once the glaciers melt on the South Pole fully, yeah, there's not really going to be much of a Florida, except maybe far north. So enjoy Florida while you can. And oh, by the way, maybe go back to just being a nice, lovely, warm safe place, vacation spot, retirement place, instead of being one of the two craziest states. That would be awesome. Judgment. King of Wands, yeah, using the judgment of the far right. There's the Tower. That's what's happening to the state. Not listening to medicine or science. That's the card of refusal. And we have the Star. And he's been put in a place, a powerful position, which will continue to shoot up death rates in Florida. I'm smiling because I will cry otherwise. No, I did not see Gary's. What did Gary say? Where's Gary? Lindo said this guy, DeSantis, put in deals in conspiracy theories. It's a joke. No, I'm not seeing it. So, RCN, how many islands are we going to lose? Oh, have you seen the maps for full? What could happen? It's most of the. Is it an archipelago where it's surrounded on three sides by water? It's most of Florida. It's most of the archipelago, if that's the right word. About Gates' law license being suspended for being delinquent. No, Tara, I didn't see it. What's going on? CC Ryder says, is this quack vaccinated? Reporters need to get him on the record. He should have his medical license revoked. Yes. Peninsula? Peninsula's good. Thank you. Peninsula. Thank you. Swamp? That too. Peninsula. Yeah. It's going to be most of the peninsula. Underwater. Completely. All the time. Queen of Pentacles. Oh, Florida. Four of Cups, Star, that's refusal to listen to medical advice, the Star, and the Empress. Oh, he's a star in his little state, but he's part of America, and Biden is just going to have to start enforcing federal mandates. And if that means putting some people in jail. So is that where we're headed? Holly says an archipelago is a group of islands. Thank you. Thank you. Until I live in the middle of the continent. Sorry. I apologize. Okay. So that becomes Flowing Lotus. I'm glad your internet's back up. Good. 49, we actually should move this to 49. You know, some people say that these live streams are too long, and I am losing viewers. That's how it is. But I'm so curious about all these different things. So I want to know. So I want to keep reading on all the questions. I don't want to break it up, but maybe I should start breaking it up. I don't know. I don't want to. We'll see. 40, 49, 30. Will Biden start enforcing federal mandates, mask mandates, and vaccine enforcing fad mandates? What? No. Biden start enforcing, well, let's say mask mandates and vaccine mandates. Lena says people don't have to watch it all in one go. I love to hear the answers to the question you're asking. Thank you. Your rules, your show. Oh, I understand. And I thank you guys for being so kind. Thank you guys. Oh, God. Karen, thank you. Holy cats, thank you. Thank you. Wow. Wow. Okay. Is Lucky Girl here? I didn't see her. I don't see her. Okay. Thank you. So, Joe Biden, are you going? The chart for Joe Biden's first term is ugly. It's practically just nothing but one giant square between two clumps of planets. And the planets are in, at least last time I looked at it, the planets were in the 9th house of the law. Thank you, Dale. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. And the 12th house of institutions. Who's controlling the institutions and whatnot. Biden's chart for his first term is ugly. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. You're so good to me, and I'm so grateful. Okay. So Biden, you're gonna have to. Are you gonna have to start getting tougher and tougher because yeah, this cannot continue. There are plans actually in place. He's not necessarily acting on them, but there are plans where if he decides to pull the metaphorical trigger and interfere in Florida or Texas or wherever to enforce mass mandates, vaccine mandates, things like that, he will. It's laid out is what it feels like. Oh, Irish lady, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Ace of Swords. We might have a troll in the chat, but who is absolutely fascinating. I pray, vengeance, revenge us spiritually, physically, by wage war offensively against you. What's sad? It's sad to think to wage war. I don't send angels to wage war against anybody. Yeah. It's sad. Do you think? I don't ask the angels to wage war against anybody. I ask Nemesis to go visit Trump if hubris has occurred, and hubris has probably occurred, and that's kind of how it works. And karma, I've asked karma to kick in, but I've never tried to send angels to wage war against somebody. That's not kind of what they do. Yeah, that's just sad. Oh, well. Yes, and Kathy Anderson and the spelling. Or, oh, that was a spell? Yeah, there's some energy to it. Like I could feel a little bit on the edge of my energy field, but no. A lot of this stuff, it just rolls off you if you really care for other people, if you're keeping your vibration high because you care for others. Ultimately, the divine, what you call it, what you call your religion, your belief system, doesn't matter. Are you being kind? Are you keeping your vibration high? Are you trying to help others? That's all it cares about. Anyway. Thank you, Dave. I don't agree with any criticism of Autumn. I've never heard her send negativity ever. Thank you. Velma's mama says, I send angels to heal the troll. Yeah. I like that, Atha. Who are we humans to demand angels wage war? Dude, you are not high enough on the pay scale. That's awesome. Licia, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I was meditating one day. I'll get back to the reading in a second. I was meditating one day, and I was kind of meditating on the kind of astral plane with the guides, like right above us. It's how I picture it. It's like on the floor above ours. That's where all the guides are. That's how I picture it. And there's a hole in the floor directly above you, the floor, our ceiling, their floor, and the energy coming down into you is coming down. And if you look up, you can see your higher self. It's a big ball of energy, and it's right there. It's like, oh, and then your guides are like standing around. And a picture of mine, sometimes it's like they sit down and they're dangling their feet down through the hole, and they're just watching. They're just watching. But they keep my energy safe and what have you. And their energy is, it's like they've got tendrils of energy that are down trying also to give me a boost of energy if I need it to protect me or something like that. So anyway, and they feel like friends. That's my experience with guides. But anyway, so I was meditating on this, and sometimes I try to imagine just walking around up there or going to visit other people's higher selves or getting permission to read on somebody. Thank you, Joanne. Thank you. And I was there, and it felt like there were some higher beings. It was like they were like one floor up, but there wasn't a floor. They didn't need a floor. And there were like two of them walking, and it was like they were walking and they were just talking to each other. And then they saw me, and they were like, oh, how cute. And it's like they were like, my spirit was like a puppy. They were just like, oh, sweet. And they walked away. And I just felt inside me, it was like, oh, I feel so loved. And then it was like, hang on a second. That was, that was condescending. But they meant well. We're just like puppies to them. You get higher up, we're like puppies to them. We're down here just struggling, trying to get our feet underneath us and do our thing. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you because that's been my experience. So that's how they see us. We're like kittens or puppies or something. Oh, look, it's so cute. Thank you. Wait a second. All right. 1 hour. Biden. All right, Biden going to enforce some mask mandates here. There are plans in existence. Okay, so we saw that. Sorry, my stomach is growling, and I do not know why. Take a sip of this. Oh, glad you guys like that. It certainly improved the energy to talk about it. All right, Queen of Cups, Queen of Swords, and Temperance. Some of the laws being put in place in these places by these people, it's killing people. It's killing the citizens. This is the medical establishment who have the science and what needs to be done. This is putting, so this is Biden taking action to enforce mandates, but reasonably. In a reasonable way. So, yeah. So he's not just going to sit by. Uncle Joe, believe it or not, Uncle Joe really does have our backs. He doesn't always do things the way I want him to, but then again, I've never had an uncle or a great uncle that did everything I wanted them to do. But I also have a couple of great uncles who are just great people. Okay, Floating Lotus says we're all just fluffy bunnies to them. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Don says I'd happily be Autumn's kitty. I'd take care of you. Somebody gets a little bit half and half every morning, and his favorite pate food at dinner, and treats throughout the day. And there's always a fresh bowl of water, but if he wants to drink out of the tap, I've moved the footstool in there so he can jump onto it to jump on the counter because he thinks it's too hard to jump all the way up onto the counter, unlike his brother who's just like, what? Jump. So, Cheryl says, I'll be Autumn's puppy. Aw. Yeah, it's not me that's the problem if it comes to dogs. It's my lovely little fuzzy knuckleheads. Pollywana says, we all have an Uncle Cringe. I love that. That is so true. Okay. You guys are so sweet. Okay. 104, where are we? Rhonda has a good question. And this one, I don't know how to look at the astrology for this. Will the George Floyd civil rights bill pass anytime soon? Please. Please. Civil rights bills. M. Kelpie says, my cats levitate to higher surfaces. They have a way of doing that too. It's like, whoa, how did you? They also have more vertebrae than we do, and not just the tail thing. Apparently, the way that their back legs are hinged and everything's set up with the muscles, it would be the equivalent of you or I standing next to a pool, like a regular backyard pool, and not the long way, but like halfway down the like, and being able to jump across the narrow side of it, the narrow way of it, from standing still, like from right here, being able to jump all the way across the pool and land over there. That's what they just do all the time. That's the equivalent. There's a bill for it. It's amazing. But it's also why they do that swagger I like. When you watch cats walk away from you, they've got that They got that swagger going. It's because their back legs keep their hips moving, because it doesn't. It's built to be doing so much more. So it's not built to just walk steadily like we are. Anyway. Gary's saying updates. The Supreme Court is asking the SB 8 parties to file full briefs and hold oral arguments in just 10 days. I don't know what that means, I'm afraid. Okay, just have a quick look. Something about 2023. I'm so lost. I'm sorry. All right, let me concentrate on the George Floyd civil rights bill. Oh, I understand, Gary, but I thought you said they weren't doing. I'm confused. It's okay. Civil rights. Let me just focus on this. And thank you. Will the George Floyd civil rights bill pass anytime soon? I'm looking at you, Republicans. Yeah, just standing up for what's right. Equality, decency, justice. Not a shocking thing to want. Strength. Bless. This is the worst manifestation. That's a word I'm looking for. This is the worst manifestation of the strength card I've ever received. It's what happened to George Floyd. Page of Cups, Hermit, Nine of Cups, Queen of Pentacles. Could, but out in the cold, on its own. Let's send it for more research or whatever, because guess who's blocking it? Whole bunch of Republicans. I'm shocked. There are times like this, I really just want to rip the cards and civil rights, human rights. Women's rights are human rights. Trans rights are human rights. Gay rights are human rights. Voting rights are wildly important. And whether some people want to hear this or not, Black Lives Matter. Just saying. Very frustrating. Okay, 110. Oh, Marjorie Taylor Greene. 110. What will happen to Marjorie Taylor Greene after she went after Liz Cheney? Thank you guys. Are you Are you with me in thinking that in an actual fight that Liz Cheney would wipe the floor with Marjorie Taylor Greene? Yeah, that's kind of what I feel. How about you? But yeah. Yeah. Greene would try to fight dirty, that kind of thing, but Liz would. Yeah, anyway. Kathy Anderson says, let me. Oh, well, Gary's saying Taylor Greene is a weightlifter, so we've got a shrug on there. Fair enough, fair enough. Yeah. No violence, though. We don't want any violence, but it's just as a thought experiment, and now it's gone. We do not want violence around here. So is Marjorie Taylor Greene? Well, anything happened to her after she went after Liz Cheney? Basically, she's trying to stay relevant. And the other thing about Trader Greene is her and Sinema, they really do not get that they're being used by others, specifically men. You go out and do the dirty work. Oh yeah, here's some money. You go out and do the dirty work for us. We'll just sit over here. You catch the blowback. You deal with all of that. We get what we want. They're being used. She's Taylor Greene. She's trying to steal the spotlight. I agree, Black Cat. Marjorie Taylor Greene has the intellect of a pea. Yes. The star. 8 of Cups. Oh, Marjorie Taylor Greene. Is there some evidence out there against you? It's going to go in front of the select committee. Are we worried? Okay, Fool, Hierophant, Justice. Do I need to explain what these cards are saying? So there's Marjorie Taylor Greene going out there, look at me, steal the spotlight, be belligerent, be the human troll that she is. This is the committee with all the stars. And Liz is a pretty big star on that committee. This is evidence about the fools, the traitorous fools on January 6th, and the institution and justice, major arcana, coming down on these idiots. Nervous? I swear, one of these days, she's just going to start doing her hair in that upward spike the troll dolls had. She's going to walk in one day, just... Anyway. Okay. 11430. This is interesting, Diana. Brazil Senate votes to prosecute Bolsonaro and others for crimes against humanity in their failed COVID-19 response. Will this impact, or will the same happen to 45 and Kushner, for example? I don't think so, but we can try. Let's see here. See you later, Disrat. Thank you for stopping by. Michelle, and it will be fuchsia. Dave thinks it would fit her personality. Yeah. I agree, Betty. It is going to come to light. So they're going after Bolsonaro. Well, first of all, what's going to happen to Bolsonaro? 3 cards. Wow. That's not just nasty energy, but it's different. It's over here and it's going this way, and it's like headache, like having a vice on your head. Okay. Bolsonaro, your energy is terrible. Is he ill? All of this is starting to really hurt. Stop. Okay, I get the point. It's bad. Please stop. Help. Help. He's bad. He's awful. We know that. Okay. So what's going to happen to... Oh, that's much better. Oh, thank you. That's what's going to happen to Bolsonaro. Ding! Justice for the win. Okay. King of Swords, High Priestess, prosecution for all the stuff he did, higher wisdom, secrets coming out. Big, strongest card here. Big old justice card. Okay. Bolsonaro, not in a good place. Not going to be in a good place. But 3 cards for Sniffy, 3 cards for the evil mannequin. Are Trump and Kushner going to face similar crimes for completely botching the COVID response and being arguably responsible for at least several 100,000 American deaths? Strength. I was going to do 3 each, but I got 5. Fair enough. Strength. Queen of Wands. Magician. They're still pushing Trump policies. I mean, that's what's going on in Florida and Texas. You know, stop the mandates. Stop the mandates. They're still doing that. And Trump's still communicating this garbage. They're all still communicating this garbage. He's not standing up to it, but the Democrats aren't listening, and the Democrats will move forward. I'm not seeing much by way of justice, though. Oh, Cheetah Spirit. Thank you. First time live, but long time watcher. Loved the astrology video the other day. Oh, good. John says, do we think Bolsonaro and Trump are suffering mental issues from long COVID? Let me see. Betty says, no, please don't do this. Leave the rainforest alone. No, please don't do this. I don't think you're talking to me. Communication skills. 1915. Long COVID. Trump and Bolsonaro. $120. Our Bolsonaro from Brazil, and Trump suffering from long COVID. And the card I got first was, this was their message. This was their communication. This ultra right wing. I get wands for fascists, and that's what they are. And they're in their wannabe dictator ways. They each were completely stupid about taking care of their own people. So Bolsonaro, are you going to suffer effects from long COVID? Oh boy. He's going to be okay, but it's for now. He's going to be okay for now. There's damage though. There is serious damage. I don't know if it's being drawn to the black here and damage to the lungs. So Bolsonaro's gonna have some problems. Trump suffering from long COVID. No, he's just awful. Yeah, no, he's just really awful on his own. Yeah. He had excellent doctors. He had medical care that at the time almost nobody could get. If only you spoke Jovitos. Trump is suffering from long stupid. Yes, he is. Yes. Any more information on Trump and the idea of long COVID? No, I've got worry about legal matters. And Trump is really worried. He wants to put it all to rest, leave Trump.org alone. Yes, what was just unearthed, the tax fraud in New York, alleged tax fraud. So there we are. Okay, 122.30. 122.30. 122.30. If only you spoke, Jovitos is asking, Biden has some rough transits over the next few months. Will President Biden survive the winter? Let's have a look. Certainly hope so, but let's have a look. Where are you, Uncle Joe? President Biden. I just heard in his voice, in my head, hey, kid. You are a politician. How's your health? How's your health going to be over the winter? Well, now I'm just hearing Colbert's impersonation of him. He's stronger than you'd think, actually. He's physically stronger than you would think. They have been working out quite a bit. Medically, they watch him like a hawk. This is not a Trump situation where he's trying to blow smoke. Biden's just like, you're the doctors. This is what I got. Well, what do I do? That's good. 2 of Swords. I have no idea why I pulled 6 cards. I just go with what I feel like I should do. Page of Swords. 9 of Cups. 6 of Cups. That's fine. That's healthy. That's getting all these tests done, minor procedures. Okay, what else have we got here? King of Swords, High Priestess, Strength. A lot of stress. And it's going to be even more stress over the winter. Yeah, there's big stress coming for him over the winter, but I've got strength. I've got good cards here. Good decisions. Listening to medical advice. Fingers crossed. See if there's anything else. Sometimes I wonder if I don't get a sense from my guides that everything's okay. Not because that's what's going to happen, but because it's really saying we're going to be okay no matter what. So let me just throw that idea into the mix here. It looks like he's going to be fine. Probably healthier than I am. It feels like he works out more than I do. But just throwing out there that even, heaven forbid, anything did happen, we're going to be okay. We're going to make it through. Just want you to know that. He stays good. Biden in the winter. This is not his death. No, this is COVID. COVID deaths. This is various prosecutions trying to save people. The burdens of the mess left in the fascism, Trumpism and fascism have left. So, yeah, I think it'll be okay. That's what I'm getting. Okay. Someone just said if only you spoke, Kavitos said, good, I get worried about him. He looked really good on TV last night. Oh, good. Good. Strength card is great. I agree. Leslie, astrology is saying, astrology has us all stressing the next 3 months. It does. We're going to get through it. But yeah, there's some achy astrology, through February. But we'll make it. Hello, kitten. Oh, you are tired. You just stood up to roll over. I'll lay back down. Boo-boos and kitties over here in the cat tree. Okay. 128. Let me see, what have we got here? Nuclear Magenta was asking about the Virginia gubernatorial election. 128. What's going to be the outcome? Well, I haven't phrased it like that, so let's give it a whirl. But I've been reading on this. I got it being close, but McCaffrey. Yeah. Him. McKim is going to ultimately win, but let's see. Oh man, do you bring up Condoleezza Rice? Yeah, insurrection. Let's just let it go. Sit down. Sit down. Just move on. All right, Virginia. Yes, there is a Santa Claus. What will be the outcome of the Virginia race for governor? McAuliffe. Thank you, Pamela. Thank you, Terry. Thank you, Cynthia. Virginia. McAuliffe versus, what's that guy's name? Can't think of it off the top of my head. King of Swords. Well, it's a special election, isn't it? CC Ryder says the Virginia governor race is in a dead heat, 46-46. Cheetah said, I just want you to know. Youngkin, that was it, Cheryl. Thank you. Youngkin. Just want you to, I don't know what that means, cheetah spirit. I'm sorry. Eight of Wands, Justice card, Lovers, Two of Wands. Okay, now it feels like the energy's here and it's just gripping tightly. Okay, you can let go of my third eye now. Judgment. Well, the far right, they're pulling out all the stops. They're ready to question the outcome legally. That's election day. Legal stuff. Virginia race for governor. Cheryl says Cash Peters has Youngkin winning, but by sit? Virginia. McAuliffe and Youngkin is going to win governorship. We're hoping for a Democratic win. That's what that card is, but it's the card for the reading. It's not necessarily the outcome. Okay. Page of Cups. Seven of Wands. Sun. Three of Swords. Page of Swords. There is some kind of bullying. There is some kind of legal challenge, stopping people from voting, questioning any results. Athos says the majority of readers say McAuliffe will win. I'm getting big, just I'm getting a massive legal hissy fit. Enough Democrats and young people come out to vote that it puts the far right on the defensive, especially for the things that younger people the rights that the far right are trying to take away. They're becoming more politically active. But this is challenging. This is legal challenge. It's like that's the strongest energy here. Electra Storm says, I think it's the Republicans doing that legal stuff because he loses to the Dem. Floating Lotus says, my pendulum also says McAuliffe wins in a tight race. And when is the election? November 2nd or something? Terry said, Sterling said Republicans would demand a recount, but McAuliffe wins by a slight margin. Okay. Making a note. Okay. November 2nd. Thank you. November 2nd. Yes, there is a Santa Claus, Virginia. Got it. I'm getting a yes, the Democrat wins. But the main energy I'm getting is legal blah 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 blah. There they go again. Okay. All right. At 1:36. Ooh, Linda Johnson has quite the question. 1:36. Will Sniffy Jr., Don Jr., ever be arrested for his alleged enjoyment of white powder? His love of the powdered donuts. Will Sniffy Jr., because if he was not white and wealthy, chances are he would already be in prison. But he is white and wealthy, therefore, I don't know about the hookers part, but he's got the blow part, just allegedly, behaviorally. He's got that part going. All right, Sniffy. He's one of the Trump inner circle. He's family, and he's also part of the inner circle. Okay. Sitting pretty. I think I've brought this up before. There's a song by the 1975. It's the name of the band, and the whole thing is about he became addicted to cocaine, and then he was trying to get off of it, and then he got hooked again, and he went back to rehab, and it's basically him in rehab, and he's going back and forth in the lyrics between I'm giving it up again, I'm not giving it up again, I'm giving it up again, I'm not giving it up again. And in the arguments back and forth, one of the lines he says is, when I said I liked it better without my money, I lied. Whereas Robin Williams said, cocaine is God's way of saying you have too much money. I've got a big old justice card right in the middle. Oh, suddenly there's a lack of money. And there are investigators. You know I'm not a fan of Trump, his ilk. But I can say this, honestly. No matter who you are, I will say this to Don Jr. Go to rehab now, before the legal stuff really starts to hit. Because you do not want to go through withdrawal alone in a prison cell. Get off the stuff now. And I say that honestly from the bottom of my heart. It's up to him. Those cards could not be clearer. We shall see. We shall see. Oh yeah, I know a lot of you singing Amy Winehouse, but I like the 1975. I like that kind of music. So, okay. Yes, Pamela, or something worse happens, because it can also be quite dangerous. Go to rehab now. Seriously. All right, 140. Yeah. I'm 140.30. Texas. Please read about Texas redistricting, cutting back on black districts. Yes. So basically what happened was there's been redistricting in Texas. Rachel was talking about it. Texas has had a huge influx of population. They've gained some districts, and they have responded by redistricting so that it is predominantly white communities that got more representation. And they lowered the number of Hispanic districts, I believe it was. They lowered the number from 8 to 7. And they lowered the number of predominantly African American districts from 1 to 0. We're all human. We all came from mitochondrial Eve. Our souls are all pieces of the divine. This is cruel and stupid. Just saying. Texas. Just taking as much representation away from anybody who isn't white and right wing. Are you going to get away with just take as much power away from anybody who isn't white as humanly possible? Hanged man. Well, are these the victims, or is this what's going to happen to them? Let's check the cards, shall we? Knight of Swords. They're definitely got aggressive law enforcement going. Burden. But it also feels like trying to clear out the rolls, clear out the voting rolls, and trying to clear out the demarcations, switch those around. Page of Wands. So that they're in new places where there are only white people. Insult to injury when you go to vote, you think? Which will hurt Democrats. It is going to hurt Democrats. I'm not saying that we're going to necessarily lose because Democrats will come out of the woodwork to vote, but it's definitely going to hurt Democrats. Holly says they don't even bother trying to be subtle about their discrimination. Yes. Yep. TR has to go. Thank you for stopping by. Greta, I agree. What the heck is wrong with Texas? Yeah. I'm glad you guys gave me the information on their astrology. I've got to look in my notes here and get it. Because I was looking online and it isn't in the regular databases. And I do want to see. What the heck? And when is it likely that energy might finally shift? Because I don't have enough to do, so I want to create my own little ongoing astrological database with a calendar with my free time. So the Republicans retain power. Oh, the cult members. Why would the cult members be fighting amongst themselves? Oh, who's the bigger cult member? Who's going to stand up? Yeah, they're fighting to be who can be farthest to the right. That's what's going on in Texas right now. I'm a bigger cult member. No, I am. No, I am. I'm bigger. I'm bigger. No, I look what I do. See? Love me, Donald Trump. I don't even know how to insult these people anymore. It just taking away rights from everyone except wealthy white men. Actively in Texas. Actively. Take away women's rights, take away voting rights from anyone who's not white. It's just on and on and on. Not even trying to hide it. Not even trying to be subtle. At what point does anything kick in so that these people know what scumbags they are? Yeah. Linda says maybe some rich Hispanic and Black Democrats move into white districts if they're allowed. It can be quite dangerous, actually, for wealthy African-American families, Hispanic families, but especially African-American families, to move into wealthy areas, because the other people around say, you're lowering the value of our homes. I want to throw up just saying that. But that's what they say. And they will do heinous things to drive people of color out of their neighborhoods. So it can't just be one family. It needs to be a number of family, but you still gonna have problems, and that's disgusting. Grow up, people. There is a wider world than your narrow, racist, selfish, materialistic garbage, cruelty, and garbage. There are nice people out there like you. Like you. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. That's going to do it for me for today. And when I meant nice people like you, I meant you guys, like in the chat, watching the video, not those heinous knuckle draggers. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. There are good days ahead. I know. I'm not sort of leaving on the greatest. Well, maybe 3 cards. 3 cards. Wait. 148. 148. Just 3 cards. Get some better energy here. Just 3 cards. 3 cards. All right. Guides, angels, divine. 3 cards for us. What would you like us to know or to think about? Whew, I feel like my energy was just like pulled up out of the muck to the point where it's like I just my energy field just popped like a cork. Oh, hey. What do you want us to know? Everything's going to be okay? Let's see what it feels like. Be kind to each other. Work together. Good things are still possible. Republicans are loud, but they don't have the power that you may think they do. They are on the defensive, which is why they're acting out. But we will not let them turn the United States of America into a fascist state. We just won't. That's what I'm getting. Work together. Be kind. Use your voice. Contact your representatives. And there are good days ahead. All right? Oh, wait. Betty Harper says, I'm so white I could change seats with Autumn. It would kick me out of Texas in a heartbeat if I wasn't already holding a nice blue spot down in Indiana. Yeah, I'm very white. genetically, I'm very white. But I'm a human like everybody else. All the other humans, no better, no worse. I am as special as you are, and you are special. That's how it is. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll be back tomorrow at noon Chicago time, as always, 365 days of the year. And at 4 o'clock, in 2 hours, I will be over at Book Art Media to do creative sprints. You're always welcome to come and hang out. And have a great day. See you tomorrow. Take care. Thank you.